What's going on, y'all? Let's take a look at this video from War Pegasus roasting Hasan, because apparently his friends are canceling him now. Let's see what it is about. Don't forget to hit that hype button and also drop comments so we could see what you guys have to say too as well. All right, let's get into it. Also sign up for memberships if you're able to. Helps me keep going.
On a podcast where he said he would rather vote third party than Democrat and just let Republicans win. People are not happy and are absolutely destroying him for being an undercover op trying to make the left lose. Ethan has responded cooking Hasan. Hasan has had a meltdown on Twitter calling people shit libs. Asmongold has responded surprisingly being the sole defender of Hasan, saying his take is reasonable. He talks about Hasan's influence and how he could potentially sway elections with his cult audience. Female Hasan, aka Denims, has responded to the old clip of her.
Female Hasan is such an accurate name for Denims. That joint fits. Yeah, female Hasan. Bar for bar.
Her betraying Hasan, and she brings up his bro tips past. She claims she has always criticized him and was tricked by clips. Absolute copium. She responds to Asmon calling her worthless after she bullied apolitical creator Emiru. She somehow brings up misogyny and says he's mad because he's a man. Bruh. Asmon has responded pointing out her hypocrisy. Subscribe or you turn into a Hasan orbiter. You're cold. Cooked. Now let's begin. Classic. Right, welcome back to another beautiful day on the Legendary series. Well, today, it seems like everybody just woke up and decided to turn on Hasan. Basically, on a podcast, he said that he's not voting for the Dem.
It's a good day. It's a good day. I'm just saying. I'm petty. I ain't with the cancel culture stuff or whatever they call it, but I'm petty. I don't like Hasan. Not a fan.
Democrats, and he would rather vote third party and essentially let Trump or the Republicans win once again. And predictably, people are very mad at him. All the liberals and Twitter are just eviscerating him because he's essentially just an op from their view. We got this tweet when asked if he'd vote for Gavin Newsom or JD Vance for president. Hasan says he'd vote third party. This proves Hasan doesn't care about any of the marginalized groups he pretends to support. All he cares about is taking money from them so he can buy more outfits for stream or buy more shock collars to zap his dog.
Facts. Yeah. Definitely Hasan style.
I'm disappointed in
Who
Gavin
do you vote
Newsom.
for, JD Vance or Gavin Newsom?
Well, I'd have to vote for Gavin Newsom.
Me
of course,
too.
100%.
I wouldn't blink. What about you, Hasan?
I'd probably vote third party.
You would?
Oh, yeah. I mean, at that point, it doesn't even matter. Like, because my policy.
Hasan always looked like he wearing a coat underneath his shirt. Hey, Trey, look fluffy. Like, yeah, my man got padding to make it look like he got muscles.
See on this is the same as like my refusal to endorse Kamala Harris. The reason why I did not endorse Kamala Harris was because she did things that were not only unproductive, but also unconscionable. And I still stand on that. I still talk about it all the time because people constantly bring it up. They're like, you didn't sufficiently like promote Kamala Harris. You're the reason why she lost. And I'm like, I am incapable. There is no singular force in this country that is capable of making or breaking an election. And if that was real, then it is the most idiotic thing not to listen to my demands. But everybody knows that that's not real, right? Mm-hmm. If I had this singular force to be able to make Kamala Harris the president, then Kamala Harris should be coming to me every day and being like, let me do a collab with you, please.
Totally.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
That's not.
Oh my gosh. Yo, this dude is full of himself. Whoa. Like, anything for the clout, huh?
Not the case, of course, and they know it. That's why they didn't do it.
Yeah, this is absolutely hilarious. So, first off, you don't need 100% of the population to elect someone, okay? Even swinging like 1 to 5% of the voters can impact an election. And Hasan, it does seem to have at least that amount of power, right? In fact, he was actually bragging about getting Zoran Mamdani elected. And now he's suddenly like, well, actually, I don't have any power. Don't come after me, guys. I can't do anything. I'm just little old Hasan here. So just to be clear as to what's going on, Hasan basically has this cult following of lefties, and they basically listen to him no matter what. And here he is directing them. Yeah, please do not vote for the Democrats. And what is that? That is basically an automatic win for the other side, Trump or the whoever's next on the Republican side, because it's essentially a two-party system. The third party doesn't really count because they don't get enough votes. And then Hasan sits here.
Yeah, it is the way it is. And that's one of the main reasons why I don't vote. I don't like that things are run by a pick your poison system. Nah, I'm cool. Window to stairs? No, thank you. I'd rather take the elevator. I'd rather not play a part. I don't want to be involved in that game or the system, so I don't vote personally. And a lot of people get upset about that. But I'm not sitting here telling people that they should vote or lean towards a specific side. No. I don't want to make any opinions. Make any opinions. I don't want to make any choices for other people and control your opinions. I want to make my own opinions, and I want everyone else to make their own opinions. That's what I want to make sure I slowed down and said that the correct way so it's not all over the place. I don't decide nothing. You decide for your life. I decide for mine. And it just is what it is, bro. I'm not one of these creators that's trying to control you. I definitely don't care about your political opinion. I'm not trying to force you to vote for any side or make one side my enemy. So then when I don't vote and then my followers choose not to vote, it's going to make one side automatically win. So when people say that Hasan might be, how do you say, like a sleeper agent, it would make sense logically. But once again, I don't have a political ideology. I don't play that game at all. I don't vote. And more importantly, I'm not trying to force my opinions onto other people. I prefer for everyone to make their own choices. If you want to vote for whoever you want to. I don't care. I ain't your dad. There's going to be a few people that's like, you not? Stop trolling me. Yeah, nah, you can keep doing it. That's funny. Crazy.
And wonders, oh, why do the liberals hate me? Why do they undermine the left flank here? Their secret weapon, Hasan here, their most powerful ally. Yeah, buddy, fact of the matter is, you are literally their biggest op. In fact, Hasan is worse than a right-wing influencer because they promote stuff to people who are already right-wing, so they don't really swing as many people. Meanwhile, Hasan takes the lefties who were going to vote for Kamala or support the left side, and he convinces them to not vote. So it's literally double the damage. It is literally that many times worse. And he wonders, oh no, why do these people hate me? And you'll see all the lefties are essentially going after him now, including...
Yeah, that's way different from just like me choosing not to vote. That's my personal choice. I don't care what anyone else does. Hasan wants you to follow him. And you see how he like made it all about him creating content, I guess, or what he calls content, and getting views. You should come to me. Kamala Harris should come to me. So she could tell you her collard greens recipe. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to taste that. That sounds like nasty work to me.
Ethan and Hutch and a bunch of people on Twitter, right? So then Hasan tries to justify his position, and the old cat lady there who was thirsting after Hasan says that she would vote Democrat no matter what.
the campaigns are always responsible for whether or not they are able to win the crowds, win the population over, and combat against the couch. Not necessarily even against the Republican Party, but usually you're fighting against the couch, people who just don't go out and vote. And for me, the way I see it is, if the Democratic establishment makes this decision one more time, just as they did with Hillary Clinton, just as they did with Kamala Harris, and in some ways, just as they did with Joe Biden as well, which led to Trump too, then they just don't care. And there's not much I can do.
Let me tell you something. I agree with everything you say, but as a person who lived in a red state for 50 years, I would crawl through 10 feet of concrete to vote for Gavin Newsom, even though I think he's duplicitous, a hypocrite, a thirst trap, hungry for power, all of the things that you say, and harms the Democratic Party and sets the psychological soil to be more prey.
I bet you she's going to say, if it means that I'm going against Trump, right, or whoever, or Vance, my bad. It's a template of whoever's in that place. That's a dumb way of thinking. Voting for somebody even though you disagree with them and don't stand for what they stand for, just so you could go against one side, is idiotic.
To fascism. All of that I agree with. But there are so many young, queer, Black, brown, marginalized people in red states. And even though this corporate Democrat is, you see it in a long-term game. In the short-term game, a President Newsom over a President J.D. Vance.
Right. Okay. So there's a lot of delusion on this table. But let me just tell you, this woman would vote for Hasan if he was an option. Okay. This is a 52-year-old cat lady, Jennifer Welch, a strong competitor to rank #1 Hasan simp, Taylor Lorenz. Okay. They have a very heated rivalry here, right? They're both thirsting after Hasan, and the sweat beating off his chest hairs, of course. And even she who was desperately trying to get in his pants, she had to disagree for the first time ever and be like, oh no, Hasan, I'm sorry, I have to say my opinion for the first time here. Also, is anybody sick of these people who are so high and mighty and they always are like, oh yeah, these Black and brown and LGBT people, we gotta save them. Get the fuck out of here. You're literally the most racist people out there, always sort of looking down on these minority.
No, that's facts. You're quick to use, well, for instance, example, I'm Black. They'll use Black people. Yeah, we gotta protect them. We have to make decisions for them. They don't know. Not like that. Their life is, man, they made movies about people like that. It's called Get Out. That's crazy. Quick to use us as weapons. But then we'll blatantly, like Hasan, say, I don't give a damn about what they think. That's crazy. But people like Hasan are on that type of time.
Groups, right? And always trying to be these white saviors or whatever. Nobody fucking needs you. Get the hell out of here. It is disgusting. I will save the LGBT people. Also, Hezbollah is my favorite flag. Also, I love the Iranian government. Okay, buddy. Very logically consistent, dumbass. This might actually be the one thing that unites everyone. Because lefties, righties, and apolitical people like me, we all hate Hasan. We all equally hate Hasan. It is absolutely lovely. This is what will bring about world peace in this universe. Our unified hatred of Hasan. By the way, the person who tweeted is an obvious liberal saying future MAGA prison camp guard. This is what I meant when I said it's useless to try and reach these people, even knowing that a Vance presidency would be a continuation of the current administration. He still wouldn't vote blue no matter who. These people are just as bad as the most die-hard MAGAs. So Hasan responds, you're in a sex cult led by the PDF file streamer Lamau, and he's talking about destiny, obviously. The day he goes Republican, you will too. You didn't care when he boosted Sam Hyde, Nick Fuentes, or Lauren Southern. Don't talk to me about obeying in advance. Vote blue no matter who got us in this mess. They respond, how many Groyper accounts have you retweeted and signal boosted just because they were attacking the person you were scared shitless to speak with, like the pussy you are? Based on your logic, I guess that just means all your fans are in favor of dog abuse as well. He's such a freaking privileged shit stain. He knows that he can squeeze more money out of his audience with a Republican in office versus a Democrat. Those Porsches ain't gonna pay for themselves. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. It is literally profitable for Hasan to have the Trump and the Republicans win while constantly complaining about them over and over and over. And when push comes to shove, when you actually have to do something about it, vote a certain way or encourage your fan base to vote, he's not going to do anything because he knows that is just going to impact his wallet, right? And he just wants to keep his grift going up forever and ever and ever. And these absolute morons just fall for it every single time. Forever a fascist enabler. Voting third party is a good way to let marginalized groups know that your abstract principles are more important than their very real lives. Right, so then the onslaught begins and everybody is dunking on Hasan, starting with lefty streamer Hutch. The fact that there's even a debate about whether or not to consider Hasan Piker opposition is hilarious. He flat out said he'd vote third party. He's indifferent to the consequences of Republicans gaining power.
I just, fuck him, dude. Fuck him. Opposition.
Damn.
Political opposition. Not on the team, guys. He is not on the team. He is indifferent to Republicans having power. And all of the people that are harmed by that happening. He is opposition, okay? In no uncertain terms. This is nuts. This is a fucking bananas thing to say.
Okay, so all of them are crazy. Gotcha. All these streamers are bugged out right now. Gotcha. Cool. Just wanted to make sure I wasn't misunderstanding. Right. Gotcha.
Year into this administration, 2 dead people in Minnesota. Minnesota. How many people did we send to fucking like a torture prison in Seacott? Didn't we send possibly like American citizens there on accident? The mass deportation program, ICE terrorizing civilians, millions dead USAID cuts, 11-week blockade of aid going into Gaza, which very nearly caused a mass starvation event. It got very close to being officially designated a famine, blowing up fishermen in Venezuela, invading Venezuela, deposing a leader. I guess we're doing regime change again, just very blatantly and openly at this point. There's like fucking dozens of other just really awful, damaging things that he's done as president. And like after this, you're like, nah, I don't know if I would vote third party. Fuck you, bro. This guy, man.
Oh my God. I mean, they are basically just eating him alive for this. And to be honest, I understand why they're mad, right? Because they want to get their candidate elected. And Hasan is just like this malignant tumor in their party, right? This absolute.
Yeah, that's claiming that he's like, should be the leader and all-knowing one of their party. If it ain't what he says, he ain't gonna respect it. So yeah, I can see why they would think that he's opposition. 100%. I get it.
Like cancer that is just spreading across, and he's just getting more and more people recruited into his cult and convincing them, hey, the best way to beat fascism is to not vote at all. Just don't do anything, actually. Great advice, Hasan. By the way, for someone who claims that everyone is Nazis and the world is going to end tomorrow, he's surprisingly chill. He surprisingly does not give a fuck. He doesn't seem to feel there's any level of urgency at all, which kind of just exposes that he probably doesn't think the way that he's actually speaking. The mind state of a person voting third party is accurately described by the words in the clip below. And we got the infamous clip.
Democrats, if they were in charge right now, would be doing 100% the exact same thing. 1-to-1. Make no fucking mistake. Anyone who tries to tell you that Kamala Harris will be different is a fucking delusional moron. Do not listen to them.
Absolute classic right there. That clip is gonna haunt him for several years. Also, do not forget, he shocked his dog. I hope we can remember this into 2027. So anyways, then Ethan jumps in. Hasan Piker is not interested in progress. He's not interested in reducing harm. He's prepared to virtue signal us further into fascism because he faces zero consequences and reaps all the social capital. Yeah, for somebody saying that, oh yeah, I'm totally invested in all of this, these apolitical commentators have no investment in politics.
Yeah, nah, he's not like practicing what he preaches. Right, I agree with more Pegasus. He's coming at the commentary channels that are not taking an extreme stance on politics and saying that like we ain't nothing and no one should be listening to us when we're just giving our opinions. Meanwhile, Hasan himself is out here wilding, saying all types of craziness, but then when you want him to stand on what he's preaching, he goes, yeah, no, I'm choosing not to. That's crazy. Especially when you're trying to tell everybody that you should be the king and leader and the decider of all. So I'm on some Kamala should have been collabing with me. What? Who are you? This is crazy.
You should never listen to them regarding any situation ever. Yeah, I don't know, Hasan. It seems like you want Trump or JD Vance or the Republicans to actually win so that you can grift more money off your
Facts. Facts.
cultish audience who's just going to keep complaining and complaining and doing nothing about it, right? Democrats need to earn our vote. Guy whose entire platform was grapist orange PDF file man is going to destroy the economy, destroy immigrant families, plunge us into World War III, start a G word through policy. Yeah, this is where I feel like the words don't match the actions, because the way they talk is like, okay, this is like a meteorite that is going to strike planet Earth and we have 5 seconds to stop it right now or the world is going to be over. And then you have 5 seconds to press the button and you're like, well, actually, I think I can wait another 50 years before I press this button to stop the meteorite, right? And at that point, you're like, maybe you're kind of bullshitting, you know? Right, so then Hasan has a complete meltdown on Twitter responding to all this. Hasan drops...
Yo, I'm imagining that scene. Like, yeah, well, now that I think about it, I'm not sure that I want to press the button to save mankind. I don't know. It don't seem like something I should do. Yo, I've met so many people like that are like infuriating. Like, oh my gosh, like I had to cut them off. Like, now that we walked 5 miles to this one restaurant, I don't know if I'm in the mood for it any. Word, son. Got me feeling like I'm on an episode of Curb Your Enthusiasm. Yeah, Hasan is 100% like that. That's funny.
A series of tweets in response to him saying he'd vote third party. So he responds saying, shit libs who don't care about losing to Trump now want you to obey in advance to their hypothetical establishment candidate while there isn't even a guarantee there'll be an election 2 years from now. Using marginalized people as a cudgel as Gavin threw trans people under the bus. Okay, bro, there's no way this guy is bringing up trans people. Bro, we all know what you think about trans people and it's not very polite.
My issue as a trans person is the fact that you, a guy that isn't super well versed on trans shit, brought on a known transphobe knowing he might bring up transphobic shit. You aren't exactly a vosh at trans debates. I hope the rest of your life is as horrible as it is every single day, okay? Damn. You are fucking cancer, okay?
Bro just uses every single one of these minority groups as like pawns, bro. He like sacrifices them like a board of chess. Oh yes, another minority group. Please take the head and protect the king, Hasan here. You are just as medically stupid as the MAGA cult. Somebody said insanely irresponsible take given the harm the administration has unleashed just 1 year in, and they're probably referring to like the situation in Minneapolis, etc., etc. Hasan says, bend the knee to the left then. You already did with Zoran. The midterms just started and y'all are crying about the general. Do you want free healthcare? There's no way. There's no way Hasan pulled that card again. I, Hasan Paika, will bring about world peace. I will bring free healthcare. I will bring socialism and communism. I will turn this into China.
He over there acting like he Luffy. He acting like he One Piece Luffy. Like, no, you not going to be able to do any of that. Why do people believe Hasan when he says these things? Right? Like, he is not the savior of mankind. I don't think he should be anywhere near politics. Like, I got about the same amount of confidence in him and a poodle. Nah, I got more faith in the poodle when it comes to that. Yeah, I think that a dog will probably run things better than Hasan, son.
Yeah. It's a very simple deal. All you have to do is give me your last $5. Subscribe to the Hasan Paika stream. Do you want free college? Oh, yes. Let's get in the dumbass Gen Zs who are going to think that you're going to pay for their college. Yeah, sure, surely. Do you want to stop Israel? Oh, there's 3 alts and 1 tweet. I'll vote for anyone who sincerely believes in making that happen. By the way, I just don't get how you can call someone like Hitler over and over again and say like this person is the worst person ever on the planet, and then not vote against him and just be like, nah, we got time. Let's chill. Like, I just don't know if that makes any sense. Like, bro, it's November 5, 2024. The unthinkable has happened. Hitler has been reelected. The next 4 years will be bad. I need to quit my job, sell my house, and move to a state with laws to protect me. But at least I won't have to listen to, I'm going to vote third party for a while. I'm not worried about you, Comrade Stacy. I've seen the way you maintain party discipline once our electeds are in power. Destiny is right to say that Hasan should be bullied out of liberal spaces. Okay, I will never agree with degenerate cockalord Destiny, but I'm starting to understand a little bit.
Not Destiny wife dancing in the background, hitting the slide. Ab over there doing the electric boogie with your wife, and you just sitting there like, I'm Destiny. Like, what's wrong with you?
Of his perspective of why these people hate Hasan so much. Okay, he's clearly a saboteur. Okay, if this was a game of Among Us, bro is sus. Okay, bro is sus. Bro is about 7 votes on him right now. He's probably going to be kicked out of the ship. Okay, although I do not condone anything Destiny does or any of his harassment because he's a psychopath. So Dan Solomon responds, wow, I didn't know that. You're telling me for the first time. And he's linked 4 different clips here.
It's definitely the second best
So if
option.
Joe Biden got the nomination and is running against President Trump, you would not vote for him?
I don't know. I've honestly considered moving up into the mountains and living an anarcho-primitivist lifestyle if Joe Biden becomes the Democratic nominee.
Urge all of my followers not to fucking vote for Joe Biden either. Okay, you are pushing me to a fucking point where, with your idiocy,
A millionaire is about to move into the. Cut that out. That picture of Heisenberg in the background. You know,
where I literally want to fucking do like an irresponsible thing in your point of view.
Will you vote for Biden in the general over Trump?
I don't know. Maybe. Probably not.
What?
I might just leave. Like, if Biden wins the general, I might just leave America.
Where are you going to go?
I don't know. Nicaragua.
Yep, absolute classics from Diddy Pica. Oh wait, it doesn't stop there. There's 4 more clips. And there's 4 more clips. Oh my god, how many times has he done this? This guy is such a huge bozo. Why do Dems continue to platform him IDK? He is evil. The fact that people think he's an ally on the left is maddening. Oh my god, bro. Absolute cinema. Right, so Asmongold responds, and he is the only one that is actually
shout outs to Asmongold. I actually enjoy his content.
defending Hasan. You cannot make this shit up. So everybody is dunking on him. Everybody is turned on Hasan. And his one defender, his one savior is Asmongold, who's actually going, no, he's actually right, guys.
I don't think that you should have the moral authority to tell someone that they're obligated to choose the lesser of two evils if they feel uncomfortable doing so. And I think that he has every right to make a conscious
I agree. I said that at the beginning of this. I don't do the whole pick your poison. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not playing the pick your poison game. And it seems like a lot of people are like, that's the game it is. You got to pick either or, even if you don't agree. So yeah, where I think the problem lies is that Hasan be preaching almost the exact opposite though the entire time. But he's just putting himself as the person you should be voting for as if he's running for president. Right? So yes, I agree with Asmongold. Yeah, I don't vote because of not that only reason, but that's one of the main reasons.
basically be a conscientious objector to an election and choose not to vote for those lesser of two evils.
Sufficiently like promote Kamala Harris.
But like there's also like, this is the other truth, right? The two people, Renee Good and Alex Preddy, would probably still be alive right now if Kamala Harris was the president. This is undeniable. And I think that you should acknowledge that whenever you say, if you're going to be making a principled voting decision, there will be consequences for that. And in not choosing the lesser of two evils, sometimes you end up getting the greater of those two evils. And again, but am I wrong about this? You need long-term thinking. You do. But even if you having long-term thinking doesn't remove your accountability. Both things are true. You should say, yes, they died. That's bad or whatever. But this is still where my principles are. I think that trying to, assume that nothing else bad happened is unfair. You can't put those deaths because of that. Okay. I'm gonna pull you up. Do you think that they would still be alive right now if Kamala Harris was the president? Was Kamala Harris going to use ICE to go around and remove and deport illegal aliens? Was she going to do that the same way Trump did in Minnesota? Bro, voting doesn't matter. I don't understand why people around the world are obsessed with this bullshit. I mean, yeah, you absolutely should vote. Don't ever think that voting doesn't matter.
Right. So we got Hasan's lone defender being.
I'm not voting personally. That's just me. I'm not telling other people what to do. Personally.
Asmongold. No wonder Hasan desperately wants to sleep with him.
Yo, nah. Hold on, go back to the pillow.
No wonder.
That's crazy. Yo, AI is something different, bro. That is something. I can see Hasan doing that though. He hugged up with Asmongold. Yo, and Asmongold got the dead serious face. That's what's killing me right now. Asmongold face is mad serious, bro. He is not joking. Oh, that's funny. Wow. That is funny as hell. I wouldn't get that pillow. Nah. That'd be freaky as hell. I'm cool. But that is funny. I do think that Asmongold, if he made a pillow like this, Hasan would buy it. Hasan already probably made his own custom one.
Hasan desperately wants to sleep with him. No wonder he is pathetically in love with him, bro. When the entire world turns on Hasan, when everybody hates his guts, his one true lover, Asmongold, stands up and says, no, I will fight against everyone. I believe Hasan Paika is actually right. We should understand his perspective. Truly brave, truly stunning. They should get married. This is a match made in heaven. Although DJ Daniel Clancy will not be too happy. He might even burn his gooning rag and take away 50% of the pollution on Earth with it, because that shit was a biohazard. Right, so obviously he does have a point. Clearly Hasan is not happy with the current Democrats, right? And his way of negotiation is saying that, hey, I'm not going to vote or convince people to vote unless the world bends to my demands, unless the world bends to my whims, unless I have the perfect party, I will not be voting. Now, whether or not you think of this opinion is grounded in reality or not depends on what your personal views are, right? But let's look at the facts of the matter. By refusing to choose between Kamala and Trump or whoever comes after, he's basically letting the other side win. That is undeniable. And in a sense, it is a 1 million IQ move, because then he gets to cry about the government for 1 billion more years and then make 1 billion more money and then do absolutely nothing about it and convince his audience that, hey, salvation is coming. Just wait, guys. Just wait until I eventually retire and leave you guys like the suckers you are.
That sounded crazy. So just wait. Just wait. I got you. I have the answers. And only I have the answers. And I shall give it to you. If you make sure you sign up for memberships, and you just watch me all day, every day for 9 hours, I will give you the answers to life. Just wait. Just wait. And when I retire and disappear, the answer shall appear. That's mad crazy. But that is pretty much what Hasan is saying. I think if he was blatantly honest, right? I don't care if he didn't vote because I don't vote. But if he was truly honest and wasn't just meat riding the left and just said, hey, man, I don't know nothing. I don't got no answers. I'm just giving my opinion. He would lose like 90% of his fan base because they truly believe he is the golden child. They think he's the chosen one. He's Neo from the Matrix in their minds. They idiots. Sounds kind of harsh. But why would you fall for this grifter? Like, I'm gonna keep it real, bro. And I try not to be biased, but in my personal opinion, this dude is a grifter.
The ultimate grifter has fooled absolutely everybody. So then Asmon talks about Hasan's influence and can he actually affect elections?
Liberals know that the hardline leftists like Hasan have consolidated enough influence and power that if they try to work against a liberal establishment candidate, they will probably contribute to that candidate not winning the election. I think this is generally true, actually. And they've grown to be very influential, and there's a lot of them that are out there. Now, I'm not saying that it's a huge amount, but even if it's 5%, 5% can swing an election. So you can say, oh, wow, it's not that many numerically or like comparatively, but, you know, for how many there are, it can cause the difference in between, you know, a 51-50 toss up, right? So what I think's happening is that they're angry that they can't ideologically browbeat these remaining 5% of people into voting the party line. And that's fundamentally what it is. They want to browbeat, virtue signal, and demonize anybody who refuses to vote the party line. And the problem with a lot of these leftist people is that they do not say what they actually believe. The fact is that they want things. This is the ideology that they have. They want things to get worse, so that way people are radicalized enough for to vote for a candidate that they agree with. That's what their goal is. Just say that. And it's not insane to say.
Oh, no, you don't understand. Hasan has Schrodinger's influence. Basically, he can elect mayors and change the entire world if he wants to, if he chooses to. But at the same time, he actually has no power, right? He actually cannot do anything, especially when you want him to use his influence. He has no power, right? Why are you shouting at Hasan Piker? Stop it, okay? He has no power. It's a Thursday. That's what you don't understand. He loses his powers on Thursday. That's how it works. But listen, realistically, if I had to say, I'd say that Hasan can influence a lot of people. As much as I don't like to admit, as much as I think he's a deranged psychopath, the numbers don't lie, okay? He has an absolute chokehold on some mentally ill sewer rats, you know, some aspiring terrorists who happen to be in America, and they will basically do anything.
Yeah, true. He has the following of some nincompoops. Some of them wake up and then they're no longer nincompoops. And they can start thinking and they go, oh, wow, this dude was manipulating this whole time. He don't got the answers, Sway. He never had the answers, Sway. And they move on. But Hasan is banking on you to believe in him. Just believe, like he's Santa Claus, that he has the answers to all your issues and every issue in the world. And if only politicians would just go on his channel and boost his ratings so he can make more money, then they would get the answers, right? Come on, bro.
To destroy their own country, right? So yeah, in that sense, he can sort of sway elections, but probably not to the extent that some people believe. Hasan standing on principle and getting destroyed by his own crowd is priceless. Piker tried to think for himself for once and it was a disaster. Shock, shock, shock. Shock my dog, Augusta. Grab your popcorn, worse them all, turn on each other. Is that Kaya? Okay, no. That dog is not shocked. Therefore, it's not Kaya. It's an easy, foolproof way of ascertaining if a dog is Kaya. Moving on to female Hasan, aka Denims. Now, recap, last time we had a shocking revelation. Old clips of Denims surfaced where she was actually criticizing Hasan.
Everyone on the left is so socially woke, they feel like they can't possibly be wrong. Point in case, Hasan. If Hasan thinks he's morally more virtuous than someone else, he just like flames them. I'm forgetting the word I want to use, but he just flames them. Like he doesn't actually make any genuine good faith arguments towards other people.
She also ended up
We need to bring that person back. I don't know who that was, but I would rather hear them than Denims. I would rather hear what that person had to say than female Hasan.
defending incest for some reason.
Incest is weird and a little.
A second later. Oh my gosh. Okay, maybe I should have waited to hear the rest, right?
little gross, but
Bad part about reactions.
ethically completely fine if it's in between consenting adults.
So that brings us to
Yeah, I'll take that back. We don't want no Denims. We don't want not a single Denims in here. Right. I'm going to leave that in too, guys. I ain't ashamed to be corrected. Oh, okay. So she was always nasty. My bad. My bad. That's on me.
Yeah.
You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, you nasty. You nasty fam, yeah. You know your name. You
Goes to show you, even a broken clock is right 2 times a day. Even a broken clock.
today, she has responded to the old clips going viral, saying that, oh, you know, people
I don't wanna
change.
hear that
And she
person
brings up Hasan's past and bro tips. Good old froggen size Hasan. Twitch streamer Denims addresses the resurfaced clip of her shitting on Twitch streamer Hasan Biker. She ignores the incest clip. It's convenient she can press everyone ice, but has the option to completely ignore a really shitty argument she made in the past.
You're immediately not thinking with your dick and also thinking with this pesky thing up here that we like to call our brains. So once you start thinking with your
Sorry. Again, I think it's funny for us to watch it because we've all had fucking dark times in our lives. People in here have watched Joe Rogan, motherfuckers. I know at least one of you has to have watched Tim Pool. All right? One of you has watched one of those stupid atheist channels. One of those atheist channels where it's like, I'm amazing, atheist, skeptic, incredible man. It's like, okay, everybody's had stupid opinions. Some of you have been libertarians before. I know it. I know at least one of you. All right, motherfuckers. I know.
No, because as you've shown, you're living proof that there's always been some nasty involved. Always got a little hint of nasty, a little sprinkle. Right? Even though you are crazy and foul and do demonic things currently, we went back and I was just shown. Yeah, you said some smart things. And then you said some disgusting thing. You had some sprinkle, right? You had a little sprinkle like this, a little sprinkle of nasty on top, and then it became outblown or outgrown.
I see you. And in some form of like cosmic irony, I've seen a clip recently circulating where it's like, it's me criticizing Hasan because shocker, I've always criticized Hasan.
Yes, of course. She's always criticized Hasan, guys. She's criticized him so much on a daily basis, actually. Definitely not been the ultimate glizzy gladiator, defending him at every turn, even after shocking his dog. Literal Hasan waiting room streamer who benefits from defending him and associating with him in any capacity, has every single incentive to defend him. But no, guys, she's actually very fair. Also, is anybody surprised at this hypocrisy where she looks at Hasan's past doing bro tips, you know, being literally diet Andrew Tate, complete misogynist, right? And goes, well, this is hilarious. This is so funny, right? Look, it's in the past. Meanwhile, she'll look at Ethan's past and go, well, he's probably a PDF file, you know, look at his Reddit post.
Yeah, super biased. She doesn't have that same level of like understanding and grace for whoever Hasan doesn't like. If you on the side of Hasan not liking you, then you are enemy number one to her in her mind. Like she wants you to never exist in the content space. She wants you to go sit in a corner and cry and never do anything. If Hasan don't like you, yeah, what? Being human, being able to, grow, change, yada. She don't want to hear none of that. But right now for Hasan, yeah, come on, it's no big deal. Her daddy Hasan, she ain't gonna hold that against him.
From 50 years ago and go, well, he's totally a pedo. Like, these are not jokes. This is his true self. Like, you just can't make that shit up. These people are not consistent at all. If Ethan had this content before, everybody would be calling him the worst person, like a complete misogynist. Oh, this is his true opinions, yada, yada. But because it's Hasan, oh no, he changed, guys. He changed. Totally sure. Like, Hasan is not changed one bit, okay? This is how he actually thinks. This is how he thinks deep down. But now he's LARPing as a male feminist, right? To get these gooner women to subscribe to him, right? Meanwhile, he's literally just died Andrew Tate, a pathetic loser grifter who looks down on women. Also, she goes, oh yeah, we've all had dark times in our past. Conveniently skips past the clip of her justifying incest. Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Almost was rocking with what she was saying in the clip prior to that clip when she was criticizing Hasan. I was like, okay, all right. And then as soon as I gave her some kind of credit, they dropped that clip where she's justifying and requesting some of the most nastiest. Then I was like, okay, no, yeah, let's nip that in the butt right now. Denims was never competent of being able to, I guess, be a thought leader in any way, shape, or form. But a broken clock is right 2 times a day. The criticism on Hasan was accurate.
What's the explanation for that one, dumbass? I'm sorry, I've never done that in my life, so I don't know what you're talking about. Then she tries to evade all responsibility, saying that she was only criticizing him because she was tricked by clips. Oh, it was the slop tubers of that time that were tricking her, obviously. It was the clip farmers, of course.
I've always criticized Hasan. And do you want to know why? In that clip, I'm criticizing him years ago? Because I was tricked by a million of these clips being like, wow, this guy seems like a sexist piece of shit. And then I watched more and I was like, oh, wait, do you guys just lie about people? What the fuck? Oh, but you could just watch one broadcast and then realize all of this is fucking fabricated. But it's almost funny because now that clip is being used to fabricate lies about me. So we're just like 3 layers of lies deep. It's incredible. It's really, really amazing stuff.
Bro, the nervous laugh there as she attempts to justify something she just can't. Yeah, absolutely nobody is buying this shit, okay? None of this is fabricated. You're watching a real clip of Hasan doing bro tips. Those clips in the past were real clips of you. What are you even talking about? Absolutely coping, going, oh yeah, I was just tricked by those clips. I don't know, you seemed pretty sure about that one.
Yeah, it just seemed like she had her mind made up.
Also, guys, she was just so tricked by the clips that she wanted to sleep with Destiny and desperately wanted his shalong.
It really sucks that we didn't wait, are you actually serious? No, on good terms with who? Atlas. I wanted to fuck Atlas and you.
No, she was just tricked, right? She was absolutely tricked into wanting to ride Destiny's nuts, of course. It was the clips that made that happen. Denims, you have a disgusting, shameful past, and you have an even more shameful present. And your future is going to be even worse after Ethan rinses you in this lawsuit. Holy shit, a cooked past, present, and future. Oh my God. What a tragic life. And this whole logic of like people change. Obviously, that happens. People do change their opinions, but you changed it to the wrong one. Like, why are you bragging about this? You literally pulled an iDubbbz and became 10 times more stupider. Right, so then she responds to Asmongold after he called her a worthless hoe.
At this point, he would have made a bunch of jokes.
Yes.
He would have smeared my character. He would have smeared it by saying,
she over there looking like a character from a Whoville. Dr. Seuss. My bad.
Like, well, who even cares what this person... Everybody knows.
Well, nobody cares what you think. That's the reason why you're talking about people who...
Oh, what's that you're doing right now? Exactly what I said you would do if you weren't mad. Because I'm reading you like a book, so now you have to prove that you're not mad by doing what I said. Okay, good doggy. Now bark. Now roll over.
People do care what they think. You're a worthless nobody, and you always be a worthless nobody.
Oh, and what's that?
That's why you have to self.
Insulting me. Okay, now good dog. Now bark. Sit. Good dog.
Porn of yourself to pay for your lawsuit because you were too stupid to understand fair use. You're worthless. You always be worthless.
Oh no, another person calling me a whore. My life is ruined. No. But the funny thing about this is that to prove that he's not mad, that he's super not mad about Emaru, he's doing what I said that he normally would do if he wasn't mad, because I read him to filth. And he has no response, so he has to prove how not mad he is by saying, no.
She thinks she read him to filth? Yeah, she must have people hyping her up. You think you read him to filth? Like, you gotta cut that out. You gotta stop. Like, that's crazy. You didn't read nobody to filth? Come on. And you don't even know how to read. I mean that in two different ways. I'm not sure that you know how to read, and I don't think you can read, as in reading is fundamental. Yeah, I watched Drag Race with my mom. I've seen it.
I'm not mad. See, I'm so not mad that I'm going to do all the things that you just told me that I wouldn't do if I wasn't mad.
Okay, Denims, I mean this with all honesty. What the fuck are you even saying? Can anybody decipher what bullshit did she just say there? Hello? Is your brain functioning? Anybody in there? What are you saying, man? I'm reading you like a book, she says. What are you talking about? You just seem to be malding on stream like always. You seem to be as stupid as ever. The only book you ever read in your life is How to Start an OnlyFans. Also, she goes, bark like a dog. You're not doing it right. He's not going to listen. You got to learn from your god Hasan. You need a shock collar for that. You didn't say, please. Bzz. That's the only way he's going to do that. Then she randomly says that he's mad because he's like a man and men are mad at her or whatever.
I'm proving it to you right now. Now. See, this is how not mad I am. I did exactly what you told me to. Now, can I get a treat?
Shouldn't be.
But he's actually really mad.
Yep.
Why is he even doing this? Every word says that he cares about what I think. I just have that effect on men, I guess. Speak on it. Which, again, it's not about that. It's about Emaru. And it's about his personal experiences and his personal loyalties. And unfortunately, I found something that hurt him. That's what it is.
That's true. Yep, that's right. Absolutely. Sit there and talk shit, get mad.
He's done 10 hours of coverage on this topic. Even people who aren't familiar with this can see how mad he is. No, dude, he's so not mad that he did everything I just said he would have done normally if he wasn't mad.
When your focus is solely on how mad someone is instead of the actual talking points, you don't have an argument at all to stand on. I've noticed that about a lot of these live streamers. You mad, bro? Aren't you mad? What are you, a toddler? Don't kids do that? Look, he mad. Look, he went to the school of debating from Hasan. That don't mean nothing, even if he was mad. And I don't think Asmongold was mad at all.
Mad. Like a well-trained dog.
All you want.
Ooh, who's the bitch now? Oh.
I'm going to keep...
Bro, oh my god. She might actually be the most insufferable Hasan orbiter. Like, I feel like everybody unanimously agrees that out of like Casey, Denims, and Fruggen, maybe even from Mike from PA, Denims is the worst. Like, everybody just unanimously...
At least like with Frogan, if you throw a cheeseburger on the floor, you could distract her for a good 20 to 30 seconds. You got like 30 seconds, and you gotta run. Unless you got another cheeseburger, then you could buy like 5 more seconds. Because once she get on a roll, I'm just saying. And then for like the Mike PA guy, just bring a couch out. Like I don't think he'll be able to defeat the couch.
Hates this person because there's just no grace. She is truly at the heart of hearts an evil bitch. Also, she's really gloating like, oh, I really got him in his feelings. Oh my God, I hit him where it hurts. He's so sensitive. And she's referring to bullying and harassing his friend Amiru. So to the point where Asmon has to come out and defend her. Like, bro, this is some straight anime villain shit where you can't beat the protagonist or the hero or whatever, so you go after their weaker friends. Like, is this not like a 1-to-1? This is like taking Sakura hostage and being like, Naruto, come get her. Acts regarded, gets called regarded. Get pwned, Chud. I knew you'd say that. Asmon is already suing a few people over defamation. Is she trying to speedrun getting named in a second lawsuit? It's mad obvious Asmon is having lawyers comb her responses after pointing out she jokingly put a 30K bounty on his head. Yeah, let's not forget this person literally wants people dead.
30K to anyone who'll make this dipshit disappear.
So anyways, then Asmon responds.
Like, if Hasan thinks he's morally more virtuous than someone else, he just like,
wow. So she actually just switched sides. Is this the person that's calling me a grifter and calling other people grifters? Are you kidding me?
Yep.
This is amazing. What the hell happened? Did Destiny not wanting to fuck you really change your entire political outlook? Oh my God. What a shift.
You know what I mean?
So wait a minute. So you know who we should really be mad at here is Destiny. If Destiny had just taken one for the team, we'd have one less annoying e-girl to worry about and to watch clips for. All he had to do, bro, you just had to take one for the team. And instead of that, you've created a monster. You've done another. Now you've spawned another one. Got Roke brainwashed. I know. This is insane. And we have to find the timeline. You idiot, bro. Like, what's going on? So I did see. And so this is her saying everything that she's saying in this makes sense. The epitome of becoming everything that you hate. She's doing exactly what she wants to do, which is grifting. Why do people follow her? I don't understand it. I don't see how any reasonable person can follow somebody like that.
Bro, it's crazy that she has the audacity to call anyone a grifter. You literally flip-flop because Destiny wouldn't sleep with you. Like, that has got to be the most humiliating bit of information that has ever come out, and you do literal OnlyFans and show your butt online. Also, I can't believe this. Destiny has created 2 villains now. He's created Hasan, he's created Denims, and he's also created himself. So this flippin' devil spawn has actually just ruined the world. Lock him up! Bro is just spawning forces of evil left and right. Now click this video for...
Yo, that's... But it's true. That's the crazy part. It's so true. Oh, man. Tell me what you guys think down in the comment section. Hit the like button. But Matt, more importantly, hit the hype button if you have any left. It really helps out the video and promotes it. Watch my other videos too as well, man. Binge. I've been dropping like 3 a day.